Hey, so it's been a while since I've been on here. Um, I'm just chilling at the house at the moment. The baby is asleep. Quick update on her. She's 8 months old now. She's getting big. I'll add you some pictures on here. Oh, she makes me so tired. She's not crawling, but she gets up on all fours and rocks. She loves to play with her little toys, and she sits up like a big girl. She eats food. She's great. She's great. She only wakes up kind of, for the most part, just one time in the middle of the night. Normally about 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm nice and asleep. Um, but yeah, so hair's a hot mess. Pay no attention to it right now. Um, Couple of new things. I'm working full time again, which is difficult. Let me tell you, I didn't go back to work full time. I don't know how old Jordan was when I went back to work full time. He was older. I didn't go back to work until Jordan was 2, or almost 2, and even then it was just part time. I didn't do like the full time mom and full time work thing when he was a baby, when he was young. It's been a lot of time with Jordan. With Jenny, it's been a little different because I've had to go back to work. I didn't necessarily want to go back to work so early, but I did. Um, and it was a good thing because then Wes actually lost his job. So I started off part time and was there for a few months. Now I'm full time. Cutting hair again, y'all. Yeah. Fun times. But I just want to give you guys kind of a quick update on what's going on. I'm going to try to get on here more, let you guys know what's going on. So yeah. So I also got on here because I had this story that I've been wanting to post and tell you guys about since, I don't know, since I was like 3 or 4 months pregnant. Yeah. So funniest thing happened while I was pregnant. Um, so my husband coaches football, and he's coached baseball, and he's coached basketball. Any sport that Jordan has played, Wesley has coached it. And I handle dealing with all of the parents. I also have a terrible memory and even sometimes don't know the names to all of my parents. I know, I'm sorry. I mean, I put you in my phone as like John Michael's dad or whatever, or John Michael football, or John Michael baseball, or John Michael soccer. We never did soccer, but yeah, anyways, you get it. So John would be the dad, Michael would be the child, and whatever the sport is. So I get a call one day. I was home. I'm not sure why I was home. Maybe I was just off that day. I don't know. It was a blocked number, and I don't answer numbers that are not in my phone. I don't know you. You don't know me. There was no reason for us to have a conversation. If I have your number, or if I recently gave my number to someone and I'm expecting a call, that's different. But this was a blocked number, so I didn't answer it. And then I got another call right after from an unblocked number, but it was out of state, so I still just was like, no, not answering this call. And then I got a text message from that number. It was like, hey, call me please. And I'm like, still don't know who you are. Still not going to call you. Well, then that number left a voicemail. And the voicemail was like, hey, Becca, call me back. Well, she knew my name, but pretty sure she only knew my name because it says it on my voicemail. And so I was like, okay, maybe I know this person, maybe I don't. I don't know. I'm going to call him back. Call the number back, and woman answered. And she's like, I'm going to use very generic names, by the way. We're going to stick with John and Michael. Last name Smith. All right. So, calls me up. It's like, hey, so do you know John Smith? My response is like, no, I don't know John Smith. What is this call about, kind of thing. And she's like, well, I know you know him. She's just as calm as can be, just as polite and nice. And I'm like, maybe I do know John Smith. Like, what is this about? Like, I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know no John Smith. Okay. So kind of, she's like, yeah, I know you know him. I know that you've been texting him and calling him. And I'm like, what? Who is John Smith? And no, I have not. You have the wrong number. So she reads my number back to me, and I'm like, well, yeah, it's my number, but you just called me, so obviously you have it. So she's, like, she keeps on. She's like, look, I know what's going on. You don't have to play dumb. And I'm like, I'm not playing dumb. I don't know what's going on. I don't know your husband or your boyfriend. I am, like, I think at the time I was like 15 weeks pregnant. I don't know. I was like, I'm pregnant. I'm married. I'm not dealing with John Smith. I don't know who he is. And so she didn't get like super upset. And finally I'm just like, okay, what is this dude's number? Because if I've been texting him or calling him, he's going to be on my phone. So she gives me the number. I put it in my phone. And it brings up John, Michael, soccer. And I was like, is this Michael's dad? And she's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, well, this is Coach Wesley's wife from soccer. And I can only imagine what her face looked like. I'm sure it was something like, yeah. Because she had to be feeling real stupid at that point. And so she's like, I am so sorry, and she had mentioned to me earlier in the conversation that her husband had done this prior. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, so now I know who this, and I put the name with the kid and the parent. And at that point I was like, oh man, like now I know like your secret, and this is weird. It's gonna make soccer really weird, the next time that we see each other. You know what I mean? So, funniest thing. I mean, I got off the phone and I just had to laugh. I mean, it was hilarious. And then, like maybe 5-10 minutes later, I got another text from her. And the text message read, did you say you were pregnant? Congratulations. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, yes, and thank you. Yeah, bye. It was, oh my gosh, it was the strangest thing. Fun times. But, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't know who this person is. And I tell Wes about it, and he's like, yeah, John Smith, that's Michael's dad. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You're behind out here running around on a soccer field. You don't know none of the parents. I know who the parents are, who they go with and whatnot, but I say John Smith and you just know that's Michael's dad? Like, those are not the names. That is obviously not the sport. But hilarious. Let me tell you. I've been wanting to tell you guys that, like, forever. When it first happened, I think I called my sister, and I was like, you will never believe what just happened. And it was hilarious. I mean, just the funniest thing. And I told Wes, I was like, I have no idea, like, if she would have read the messages that I was sending her husband, she would have known that it was about football or baseball or soccer or whatever sport, basketball. You know what I mean? Like, she would not have looked at it and thought, my husband is cheating with this person. And so I was really confused because I'm thinking, after I got off the phone, I'm thinking, if you're seeing text messages from a random number and you're seeing the messages, you would know what what was going on, and I'm just thinking, like, how do you just automatically assume that I'm sleeping with your husband because there's messages? I don't know, maybe she had an old bill or something and my number was on there several times because I was calling about games or practices or meetings or things that needed to be known about their child. Yeah. So then I was like, I would prefer to only deal with the female parents from now on because that wasn't cool. No, thank you. Don't need the stress. And at the time, being pregnant with all that extra stress, I didn't need it. I did not need it one bit. But I made it out all right. Anyways, figured I'd tell you guys that story. Yeah, so love y'all. Peace out. Like I said, I'm going to try to do this more. I keep saying that every time I do this, and then I don't do it. But with working full time now, it's fun. It's fun. And you get to see lots of people that I like haven't seen in forever, and it's like, oh my gosh, where have you been? So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do more. But yeah, loving the hair. Yeah, I do it a lot. Everyone compliments me on it a lot. So yeah, love y'all.